Hello everyone. This video shows an AP level example from the 2012 AP test. If you're just starting figured bass, do not worry about this, you will get here. So we're going to do it in the way where we do the Roman numerals first for the first half, and then we're going to do it by just going by letter name chords for the second half. So we're in G minor, so the first chord's a 1, then we have a 6, which means that's in first inversion, which means that the third is in the bass, which means it's a 4-6, since C is the root. Then we have a sharp, which means it's applied to a third over the bass, and it also means that that chord is in root position, so it's a 5, it's a major 5. Then we have a sharp 4-2, now that means that the 7 is in the bass, the 7th is in the bass, so that means it's a D dominant 7, so that means that's a 5-4-2. Then we're going to, for this chord, I'm going to work through this first half, and then once we finish this first half, we're going to come to the second half. So it's 4-6, that means, well, first let's create a melody. So let's go from B to C to D to D, and then let's create the melody for the rest of it as well, just to keep constant. Let's do D, C, B. Alright, now let's complete the other chords. So the tenors should go down to C, the alto should stay on G. Remember, these are all chord tones, so this is why I'm doing it this way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the altos down to an F sharp, and I'm going to bring the tenors down to an A. Actually, yeah. I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it like this. Alright, then I'm going to keep these voices the same, and these voices the same. And then we're back to a G chord, doubling soprano and 6 chord, which is good. This is G minor chord. And then for this one, it's a D7 chord, so I'm going to keep this the same. Then I'm going to do the F sharp. That's something we forgot to do here too. The sharps apply. Do not forget to raise the leading tone. And then I'm going to keep the tones the same because it's a G chord, and then I'm going to bring these guys to a G. Now something I forgot though is this 4-3, so that means a suspension. So I'm going to hold this over, and then there's a solution. Now, there are some issues with this that I'm going to look at right now, which are the fact that we triple the root. Well, we have a triple the root here, and then we don't have a fifth in both of these chords. Now, it's not wrong, but I'm wondering if there's a better way to do it. Personally, I hear it. Something that can help you in these circumstances is considering whether or not you can switch parts of lines to other voices. So, for instance, right now, what I'm wondering is if I can move this D to an A, and then essentially right here switch the voices. So then the altos go to Ds, and then the tenors take care of this part. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So right now, I'm going to move these down, just because it's a little bit of a better option. And then I'm going to take the alto line, and then I'm going to give the altos the old tenor line. Alright, so let's check over for fifths and octaves. So here we have a fifth. It's not in the same voices. There's a fifth there. It's not in the same voices, and it's entered all right. Here we have a fifth, and it's not entered ideally, but it's an inside voice, so I think it'll be okay. but then it's not in the same voice as later. There's no fifth in this chord. Then here, there's also no fifth in this chord. And then here, there's, again, no fifth. Alright, here's something we might want to do. Alright, I think I'm going to do that. And switch these. So there's a fifth here, comes in alright, and then there's a fifth here, which, it comes in a way that is acceptable. So now let's check for octaves. G, G, C, C, coming fine. D, D, comes in fine. No octaves in this chord. Then here we have an octave here, oblique motion, albeit not necessarily stepwise, but it'll be alright there. And then there are no octaves here either. And then there are octaves here. They come in alright. But looking at it again, I think I'm going to disagree with myself. It's alright to have no fifth in a 7 chord, and this just has better voice leading instead of having the alto jump around so much. So let's hear what we have. Now, unfortunately, in the AP test, you won't have this luxury, but we can do it for now. Let's slow that down a little bit. Cool, so it sounds alright. Something that I remember doing when practicing is after doing some of these, I'd play them on a piano, or if you want to use some kind of software like this, that's what I would do to check it over. But before you do that, first be sure to check it over by yourself, because that's what you're going to have to do on the test. Alright, thanks. See you guys later. Actually, as it turns out, I seem to have forgotten to do the harmonic analysis for this section. I apologize for that. I normally do it the way where you do the Roman numerals first. So normally by the time I'm here, that part's already taken care of. But let's do that now. So we have a G minor chord again, so that means it's 1-6. And then we have a 5-7 chord. Well, we have a D dominant 7 chord, so that means it's a 5-7. And then this is a big surprise, but we end on another 1 chord, as it's a G minor chord. So that finally finishes off the problem. Have a good night. Bye.